go on the smart baits. The smart baits jerk bait. You know, I kind of had my doubts about this thing, but here's the proof. Didn't take long to get him back. So we're out here doing the MTB Slam for the month of March, and it's March 31st today. Tomorrow's Easter, and on March 1st. We got this little pipe shooting out. Got some current here. Dirty water, but all the water around coming out of this pipe is clean. Awesome bite. Yeah, they're just so lethargic right now. The water's only 44. It's, you know, really early here in Wisconsin to be fishing some of this stuff, but they're here. You just gotta come fish them. So one down. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna cast this a couple more times and maybe get a couple more fish if they're around. Then I might switch to one of the other baits that was in my MTB Pro Box. There's a fish on the hook tail. Not bad. We just bite it real light. Not bad, not bad. He bit that. I'll have to check the name, but I think it's like a Lucky John or something there. Got the MTB Pro Box right here. That fish came on the Lucky John Macora, little boot tail. I'll put this fish back. They're not giant. Let's see better fish. Better fish. Oh, that's a good one. It's a good fish. Good fish. Got that Macora right in his mouth. Right there, boys. MTB Slam. That's 2 fish in a row here on that. He's got that Macora, that little John Macora right down his throat. So what an awesome fish right here. MTB Pro Box Challenge, March. 3 fish on 2 baits. So what an awesome deal this is. I just love getting these new baits and trying them out, and you know, this is something I'd never throw in spring. You know, I would be up here jerk baiting all day or throwing a jig, but this little boot tail on the swim bait head is obviously, they're munching it. So awesome. Another fish on the boot tail. Man, this little John Macora is unbelievable. Small one. I mean, just a finesse tactic. You know, just another free spawn fish, and I mean, you know, look at, you just chomped that thing right down. Awesome fish. This is a tactic I would never use. I would have never used this tactic. I don't know, I'm not saying I'm too good for it, I'm just saying that, you know, it's just the thing that I would have overlooked, and, you know, I'm a multi-species guy, and this is just something so simple that I just wouldn't think that would work so well. And, you know, if it wasn't for that, me getting that mystery tackle box and trying to do this slam and getting out here and trying to catch fish on these baits that I just got the other day, I would never thought. That's 3 fish in a row now on a spot that, you know, maybe could have been fishless. You know, I did come here with that jerk bait and catch one, and I'm sure I could sit here with that jerk bait and catch them, but this is almost one after another here, so we're gonna keep going. And the drop. That's a better one. It's coming in pretty easy, but this time he's doing what he wants. These fish are so tired. They're not, I shouldn't say tired, but just real. I thought it'd be easy to fight. On this little John Macora. This might turn into a swim bait video on pre-spawn largemouth, I guess, but it's number 5 in about a half hour here. Throwing extra all this cover. Thought that was a fish. Oh, yeah, it is. That was, oh my goodness. This fish seems a little heavier. Oh wow, he's got some spud to him. I felt one smash it. Man, this has to be a little bit better fish, I think. Oh, yeah. Man, is this fun. Oh, wow, what a pig. What a giant. Absolute giant. Midwestern giant right here. Oh, my God. He's 4 or 5. Oh my God, look at that one, boys. Woohoo! Got crankbait stuck in me. Oh wow. What a fish. He's all of 5 pounds. Where's that swim bait? Oh wow, this is fun. Get him unhooked here. This little bait has been such a game changer today. I mean, I think we've just been rolling, but oh yeah, he's all 4 to 5, 4.5, I bet. Maybe get him back. Yeah, just trying to, you know, fish this Catchco death stalker. This is a little shallower. I'm catching these fish. You guys know you ain't gonna move where you just caught a 5-pounder, a bunch of fish in a row just to finish out the slam. So I don't think this bait is it. Cool little bait though. I got one. As I'm saying that. Oh my goodness, as I'm saying that, I catch one. Oh my God, is that funny? It's a good one. It's a real, I didn't think it was that big until I got, he just found out he's full. Oh wow, might be, yeah, it's a 2.5. Wisconsin 2.5, that's a 3.5 anywhere else. Trying to flip this fish. There we go. And we got 3 fish out of that. And I think that's going to be it for this bait. As I'm talking about how I'm not going to catch anything on it. You know, maybe that was the key, is getting it away from that. But that's just a good fish right there. I mean, short and stocky. That's how we like them. maybe a 2. I was a little hefty on the 2.5, but he goes up. Right up the bank. Crash, smash that. Smash that smart bait, jerk bait. Nice big hooks on them like this, you can just swing them in, so. A lot of little 1-pounders in here, but a couple of good ones in there with them. So I want to show you guys that I'm in the exact retrieve, and it's just the easiest thing. I think the biggest thing is as you're getting excited about catching fish is to stop, and then you just got to slow down. So I'm just casting this thing out, and I'm just slowly just reeling this thing just real slow. I mean painfully slow. When it comes to these pre-spawn fish, you can't expect to just come up and smash them. Not up here in the north. So when the ice goes out and you find these fish and they're schooled up and they're hungry, but there's not going to be a ton of them in these little pockets, you know, and that's definitely what I found today. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to move up and they're going to feed, and they're going to go out and they're going to have more ones move up and feed throughout the day, and then your best, you know, your peak fishing times, I think, are going to be the best for that period, you know. All right, today I did the mystery tackle box challenge, where you just go around and you use the baits you got in your MTB box. I have you get the Pro Box. The first month I got one, so it's the month of March, end of March here. So a bunch of baits that I got, and I thought let's go try and catch a fish on each bait. We ended up slamming them today for a pre-spawn bite here in Wisconsin that is so short. We got a lot of good fish, and I actually caught fish on 3 of the baits. One of the baits I actually broke off afterwards, and that was the Smart Baits jerk bait. And this bait actually changes colors, so it would change from chartreuse to a dark red, and I thought that was kind of important. Actually worked really well. You'd see that bait coming in this dark water with a real dark red. You don't see a lot of baits with that, so I thought that looked really good. Had really good action, and for this early season, you know, when you just want to have a couple jerks, you want all the action you can out of just one jerk, you know what I mean? So you want, you know, you get real hard side to side, and when you just leave it sit there for 30, 40, 60 seconds, you know, that's really key. Caught a couple fish on that, as you'll see. This is the other one. This is a bait, blade bait made by Catch Co, and this is the Death Stalker, I believe. Yeah, the Death Stalker by Catch Co. is the packaging. This bait is made to fish, you know, a deep rake or something like that, and you know, and work it 3 feet off the bottom as you come back. And today I found some fish in this shallow water, probably 4 feet in and up to the bank, and there just wasn't enough room, but I wanted to try and catch fish on it, so I was ripping it faster than I needed to be for this winter time, late winter, early spring pre-spawn bite. But I ended up getting one. I think that severe drop with this blade falling and twisting as it's going down, I think is a really key triggering, like a dying shad or something that, you know, we do have still going on around this time of year dying bait fish. So I think this bait would be a really good bait if you did find some fish offshore on a ledge or a steep break, or even if you're in a deeper, 8 feet or more. I'd say it would be a good spot to use this bait. But it did work, so I'll give it an A+ on that. A couple of the other baits I showed you that we just didn't catch any fish on. The Genko fishing tremor head, I think it's too big for this time of year. It was almost 6 to 7 inches long, and as I'm catching fish on another bait I'll show you here, that's only 4 inches. It's kind of a big bait. So I think that, maybe in the summertime on some weed lines that would be a great bait, but just not yet, not when it's this cold. Another bait was this Christie Craw by Yum. I just think this jig bite, it's not on yet. It usually comes in a couple weeks yet, and I tried it, and it'll come, and I think this would be a great bait. These are awesome baits. I think would be awesome on a black and blue football head trailer. They almost look like my favorite, which is a Berkeley Rage, or a Chigger Craw, one of my favorites. That kind of the same thing. So I really like these. I might buy a couple extra of these. Also, as I'm going through, so then the main bait that caught most of my fish was the jig head. It was a spring lock jig head by Mustad, and these Makora shad tail, real action, designed in Japan, little boot tail swim baits. And I put the jig head on there, and then this is what it ended up looking like. And this thing got a workout today, and you could tell that it's been beaten and bitten off and all that stuff, but it's got almost like a reflective center, purple back, and almost like a gold yellow bottom. And this bait shows up surprisingly well in this dirty water. So the swim bait head, it came with 2 of them. I'm trying to find the other one. So it was a lead head. I wasn't sure if it was a white, but it was a lead head with that big eye, and I think that makes a difference when these fish see that. So another thing was there's no sound in this bait, obviously, which maybe made a difference compared to like a rattling jerk bait that maybe these fish see all the time. So awesome bait. There's a ton of fish. We caught one fish. I was 4+ on this bait, so I had a ton of fun. So the reason I came to this spot today, I wanted to go over that. We have winds today that most people probably wouldn't even be on the water. So we have winds that are 25 to 35, gusting over 40. Obviously that's unfishable, especially for bass fishing, throwing a little bait like some of these baits. So I went to the offshore wind spot. So this wind was coming out of the north. I went directly to the north side of the lake and was just following the wood down, and finally found a good spot where some fish were set up. So that's the reason I chose the spot where I'm at. Otherwise, there's a couple different areas I think I would have liked to try, but the wind was just pounding in there so hard. There's no way a boat control would have been able to be good for targeting pre-spawn fish, and you got to fish so slow. And the flat calm side was able to just fish where I needed to be, fish this bait real slowly, and I think that was the key. So if you like this, comment down below for more videos that you'd like to see, or more videos that you'd like. Make sure you like the post, like the page on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, both of them at Midwest Addiction. More to come. Stay tuned. So thank you from Midwest Addiction.